Natural laws exist whether we know them or not. The easiest one is gravity. This clicker, if I release it, we all know it will fall because we know the law of gravity. Gravity existed before we knew it existed. Whether we know gravity exists or not, it will still happen the same way. Natural laws are what govern reality. And the better we know these, the better we can predict the future. Now, knowing this is how this session will go. Brief idea, and then we'll have a 3-minute discussion amongst the people by you to answer simple questions. And then we'll go at this pace. So with the next 3 minutes, discuss these questions with the people around you and make sure that it's simple for you, it's easy to explain to the person next to you, and you know the answer. Okay? Feel free to discuss 3 minutes. Does the natural law still work if it hasn't been discovered? Yes or no? Yes. And if someone asks, well, how do you know that's true? What do you tell them? Yes, gravity. Before you knew gravity, it still worked, right? Simplest answer. Are randomness and chance correct perceptions of reality? No, the only place randomness and chance exist is in our minds. There's no chance ever. Yes, it can. Oh, we'll get more into this. Yes, it can.
My dad used to say, I told him once that it would be luck if I won the lottery. And he said, no. He said, it will be luck if you won the lottery without buying tickets.
That's a good one. Do the number of natural laws increase over time? Yes.
So what about quantum physics?
Quantum physics. They say you can't measure the location of something, or what is it? You can't know the speed and the location at the same time? Yeah. Yeah, so do we have a lot of information about quantum mechanics, quantum physics? No. As a human race, do we have a lot on it? Is it very simple to understand and explain it to somebody? No, that's how you know it's not very well understood. Because if it was, it'd be as simple as algebra or something like that. When we don't have a lot of information, things will appear more random or less random? More random. The more information we have on something, we'll find that it's not so random at all. And it's come with all the ideas we've seen as we've grown. Things happen by chance. People blame it on magic or religion or voodoo. But there's always a reason behind things as science progresses. But the less we know, the more we believe in randomness and chance. Do the number of natural laws increase over time? No, because all of them exist all the time, whether we know them or not. Very simple. Now, we'll take this idea. Now, in life, there are conditions. It could be the people around you. It could be characteristics. It could be the weather, are all conditions. Conditions in the past, present, and future are always unique. Something's always different. We take these conditions, and if you attach them to a person, a company, a location, we'll find that the past conditions are always related to the present, and the present conditions, if understood, can be used to predict the future. So the past, present, and future are all related by natural law. You can't get to one that's not related to the other. Because if you could, that would be randomness and chance. Now, taking these ideas, we come up to the most profound one, the event. And the event is anything that takes time. It could be a day, it could be a lifetime, it could be a second. All events move from initial conditions over time and change into unique final conditions. The more we understand the unique initial conditions, the better we can predict the final. The less we understand the initial conditions, the less accurate our prediction will be of the final conditions. Now, how many ways can any event happen? What do you think? One way. Now, That's if I have all the initial conditions, I know all the natural laws, I will be able to predict the final conditions. But what if I don't know all the natural laws? What if I don't know all the initial conditions? How many ways can it happen? Still one? This will be a question. You can talk in groups about this. But the event applies to everything in life. It applies to you. It applies to a company. Everything is predictable. Which leads us to these questions. So let's take the next, since there's a little more, there's 4 of them, we'll take 4 minutes now to discuss, to see if, knowing the base logic, see if you can answer these according to the logic. Now, like I was talking to some people here, and knowing this is one thing, but being able to explain it to somebody after you know it is difficult. When they say, I don't believe you. You just can't say, oh, believe me. So when you go away from this conference, you'll tell some people these ideas, and the majority of people will not believe you. So the key is knowing how to explain it, and simply. So let's go over to the first one. Are there some events that could have happened a better way? Yes or no? No. Why no? Yeah. Yeah, you only can happen one way. How can it happen a better way when there's only one way to choose? Yes. Then we would have lacked information on the initial conditions. Yes. But the more you know, the more accurate your prediction. The more inaccurate your prediction, the more expectations will be missed, the more disappointment, the more fear, the more worry. All these things occur because somebody's unable to see the future. Not me, I don't have all the information. But if I knew all of you and had all the information, I could predict what all of you would do every second of the day. For instance, let's take one of you. You have somebody very close to you, maybe a wife, maybe a spouse, maybe mom or dad. Who would be able to predict what you'll do better? Me, who doesn't know you very well, or this person close to you? Person close to you. Why is that? They have more information about you. In any aspect of life, people predicting who wins games, sports people, the more information, the better the prediction. Yes? Say again? Yes. So to predict some events, you don't need to know everything. There's key things you need to know about people. Next question. How can we know if a person understands the initial conditions, is an expert? That's one. They can explain the initial conditions simply. What's the other? Predict the future. By definition, experts understand the initial conditions. So by definition, if you understand the initial conditions, you can predict the future. If you can't predict the future, what does that say? You don't understand the initial conditions. So if someone says, I'm an expert, I have all the information, but then you tell them, on my project, please show me, plan it out from beginning to end very simply, and show me what the end will be in metrics that are simple. And they say, oh, no one can predict the future, though. Not an expert. Good. Did someone have a question? Yes, one or the other. How many ways can an event happen? Oh, we answered that. Whether you know it or not, it still can happen one way. Is a person's life predictable? People don't like that, but it is. You'll say, oh, I have decisions. I can make my own choices. Yes, you can, but because of who you are, your choices are predictable. Although I can't control you, because I know you, I can predict you. Everyone is predictable in life.